गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are in Gyaneshwari chapter 18 verse number 65, and in this verse the verse goes Manmana bhava madbhakto madhya jimam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. And in this excuse me, we are at 1360 till there. We'll just recap the whole thing. And here it was told that the saints who are purified by the knowledge of self are my aspects. Lord, at these saints, look at these saints and as fondly as an amorous husband looks at his beautiful life. I am dwelling place of all things, so make your speech fond of uttering my name. Whatever you do or wherever you go, you perform all such actions for my sake. Madhyaji mam namaskuru. Man manama bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. See? So everything do it as an offering to me. Every thought, manasa, vacha, kaya, everything is by the inspiration of the divine. It is not I am running my life, not I am running my family, not I am doing this or I am doing that. This transformation has to come about. Remember, Bhagavan, what is he doing? He is giving you a precis, he is giving you a synopsis, he is giving you a summary of all the teachings. And there are different paths, the karma yoga, the dhyana yoga, the bhakti yoga, the jnana yoga, the trigunatita yoga, the karma sannyasa yoga, so many different yogas he has given. Out of, if at all you are confused with all these different paths and don't find how to negotiate, how to come to where do you start. So he says, this is the precis, this is the summary of everything. If you want to want to begin, perform everything for my sake, fall in love with saints and sages, fall in, because they are none other than my own being. Because who are they? They have, who is a saint or a sage? Who is surrendered to the divine. So you be surrendered to them. Because why it is necessary to surrender to the saints and sages? Because we understand God is there, but we have never seen him. But we see a saint and sage, he has a similar body, he has a mother, he has a brother, he has a father, he has, some of them may have children also. But in spite of being born in this world like you and me, he has perfected himself. So we have more affinity towards them. Sometimes we may say that why God is there, why God. God is, because we have not seen him, we have not experienced him, we have not had a relationship with him. We think, yeah, I have been from childhood, I have been a devotee of the Lord, but in my difficult times he is not there. Sometimes we feel. Just now I was with someone and they both their kidneys are failing, or 3 times dialysis every day. And he is very devoted to God. But now his wife says, Swamiji, I think he has become Nastic. He doesn't believe in God. Why? Have you signed an MOU with God that if I remember you, my kidneys will not fail? See, we have a contract. If things go according to our contract, then we believe in God. If things don't go according to our contract, then we don't believe in God. It is not so. It is not so. It's not an MOU. We have to transform our vision wherein everything, everyone, every place, every time, every action, every thought, every breath is an inspiration of His, is the work of His. Then who are you? A nobody. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. And therefore, here Bhagavan is saying, when you render help to your, you perform all such actions for my sake. Madhyaji Mam. When you render help to your kinsmen or strangers, that will constitute my worship, and your will become worshipper of me. You will become worshipper of me. How many things should I tell you one after another? You should assume the attitude of a servant and see me in all beings and serve them. First step is this. Seva bhav is not making things happen according to your will. Seva bhav is, now people misunderstand this statement and they'll go and convert everyone into their thinking. That is also not true. Then what does it mean? It means any person who comes into your contact, you serve that person. Atithi devo bhava. Atithi is who, don't go and seek people. I'll catch his collar. I'll tell you what devotion to God means. No, anyone who comes to you must go away inspired. Anyone comes to you must feel at peace. Anyone who comes to you must go away with a clear sense of, or at least a better sense, free of all his doubts, etc. That is seva. And not necessarily only that. If someone comes to to share their sorrow, that someone has passed away, this, that, and you give him go to temple, give knowledge, this. No, that is not necessary. Maybe after a few days to bring them back. But initially you have to share their emotions. If someone is coming hungry and you give him Vedanta, he needs food. He doesn't need Vedanta. See? So, this capacity within ourselves to recognize what is the need of a person who is in front of us and serve not according to how we want to serve him, but serve according to what is required by that person at that moment. That is service. We don't impose our ideas and wealth and wisdom on others. Instead, what is required by that person, we are ready to provide that. That is service. We sacrifice that. That is service. And we do that without resentment. We do that with full joy and abandon. See how wonderful the Bhagavan is telling here. That have an attitude of servant, seva bhav. Continuing in the 61. तेथ जाऊनिया भूत द्वेषु सर्वत्र नम वैनमीची एकू ऐसेनी आश्रयो आत्यंतिकू लाहसी तू माझा. One moment, I have to take the next page. I got it somewhere. 1361. Okay. ये नहीं है. Where is Marathi? He says, मग भरलेया जागा आतू जाहुनी तिजयाची मातू होऊनी ठाईल एकातू आम्हा तुम्हा तेव्हा भलतीये अवस्थे मी तू ते तू माते भोगीसी ऐसे आई दे वाढेल सुख आणि तिझे आडळ करीते निमाले अर्जुनाश जेथे ते मीची म्हणवनी तू माते पावसी शेखी जैसी जळीची प्रतिभा जळनाशी बिंबा येता गाभा गोभा काही आहे. He says that then what will be the result if you do seva considering the whole world as my form? Then he says that then you will get rid of hatred for all beings and bow to them with the knowledge that I am in all of them. देखो कितनी simple technique है. Simple technique is given here. And we become so complicated and worked up about our sadhana. This is the first step. We want to meditate. We want to take out the name of the Lord. We want to be at peace. First stage is yama niyama. Don't disturb the world. Don't get disturbed by the world. Same thing is being told here in another way. Serve the world as, don't have hatred towards the world. Have the attitude of seva. Atithi devo bhava. As a result, what will happen? Your vision will transform. And what is that transformation? Here he says that you will get rid of hatred, this comparison, this sense of difference, this sense of otherness, this tu main, me versus you, me versus the others. That someone is manipulating me, that someone is using me, that I have to use someone, I have to protect myself. All this idea will go away because you will see the whole world as the expression of the divine. How? You just as you see the whole world, dream world, as an expression of your mind. Exactly the same way, the whole world, right now you don't have the capacity to see the whole waking world as an expression of your mind. So what do we replace the mind with? We say it is the divine. Now, have you seen the divine? No. Have you seen that your whole world is in your mind? At the moment, no. So take that word divine, take that Lord whom we have so much faith in, and see that whole world is the expression of His, and serve it diligently with devotion, with sacrifice. And you, sometimes you will be praised, sometimes you will be insulted, sometimes you will be judged, sometimes you will be ridiculed, sometimes you will be manipulated. But you take everything as prasad of the Lord and keep serving the world in spite of inadvertent circumstances. You don't allow those circumstances which are not conducive to, which are not right, to affect your performance, to perfect your service, to affect your attitude towards the world as an expression of the divine. This is just sifting going on, initial stages. See? And as we stop reacting, automatically our mind expands. And what is that expansion of the mind? The ability to see that the whole world is nothing but the one divine, and you are in love with the divine. Automatically, if you are in love with the divine and the world is expression of the divine, so you start loving the world also. Where is the question of hatred and bad mouthing it? No, that won't happen only. Automatically this transformation will come. And in this manner, in this way, you will, where are we? Then you will get rid of hatred of all beings and how to bow to them with the knowledge that I am in all of them. And where is the Lord who is expressing as the whole universe? The Lord himself is saying, I am expressing in your heart as the Atma, in you as the Atma. It's overwhelming. Initially, it may be an overwhelming experience. Tears will roll out of love, gratitude, oneness. It's okay. All that will settle down afterwards. Basically, what is happening? The crystallization of the ego is dissolving. The ice cube is becoming water. The crystallized I is moving towards being the infinite I. This is the prakriya. We have to start. But we want to judge the world, we want to manipulate, control. ऐसे नहीं होता. Then we shall be able to enjoy each other's company, which will enhance our happiness. Then we will not avoid anyone's company. Then we will not, someone says, I am coming over to your house, and you say, no, I am going somewhere else. No. Then wherever we are, placed by the Lord, at that moment, whoever He places with us, it becomes a joyous. I am here with this family here in Bangalore. Continuous satsang. Continuous satsang. I don't know if you can see them. Are they? Can you see them? Yeah, they are there somewhere. This is the young monkey. I am a monk, she's a monkey. With all the questions. And Anand mein hai. Badhiya khana, nice food is there, nice company is there, continuous. Nothing we are talking about except Adhyatma. Not only the girl, the mother is also like that, the father is also like that, the uncle was also like that, the elder sister is also like that. See, this is what is happening here. Each one, we are feeding each other adhyatmically. We are not here to judge, we are not here to ridicule, we are not here to put each one, the other person in the place. I am a Swami, you are a ignorant fellow, this, that. No. Let's check what this Swami knows. We have seen many. It's not like that also. I hope so. So here Bhagavan is saying, then we shall be able to enjoy each other's company, which will enhance our happiness. Happiness, in relative sense, happiness comes from acceptance of each other, not by non-acceptance of each other. And acceptance of each other not as a relation, but as the divine himself manifesting. See? When our attention is on the oneness which is present in and through everyone, what is the oneness at a relative level? The whole world is made up of space, air, fire, water, earth. So those 5 elements have gone into making everything in this creation. Your creation and my creation is the same world we are living in. The whole world is made up of the same 5 elements. Your walls are also made up of the same 5 elements. Where I am in Bangalore, these walls are also made up of the same 5 elements. You are in the same space and the sky. We are also under the same space and the sky. You are on earth in Australia. We are also on earth in India. See, same earth, same air, same time. Then we move to the body. Bones, muscles, tissue, sinew, phlegm, and bone marrow. This is what goes into making the body. Your body is made up of something else, or it's the same thing? Same thing. We start, अरे तुम भी उसी के? Oh, I got 5 senses. You got 5 senses? Yeah. Oh, similar. Our attention goes to the similarity then. Arey, you're also made up of 5 senses. I also have 5 senses. You also have a nose. I also have a nose. You have a mind? Oh yeah, I also have a mind. You have a disturbed mind? My mind also gets disturbed. Do you wake, sleep and dream? Oh my God, you do. I also do. सब कुछ same ही है. Then where's the difference? Do you only breathe in or breathe out also? No, I breathe in and breathe out. What about you? Oh, I also do the same. The difference कहाँ है? Your attention is on the unifying principle. Then this vision shifts. नहीं तो we are only तू मैं differences. I don't like this company. I try to avoid that company. There they are doing this. They are talking this. They are drinking this. I don't want. I am very spiritual. I don't want. I get disturbed by that. Blah 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 blah. And loving also doesn't mean that you keep hugging and smooching and everyone who comes across you. No, Shastras clearly say. Love and sacrifice expresses as respect and reverence for the elders, friendliness with the same age group, as forgiveness towards the youngsters. That is how love expresses forgiveness. And with the criminals in the society, that love expresses as indifference. And what are we doing? We are expressing acceptance and love in the prisons by teaching them yoga and etc. And at home, there is a Mahabharata going on. We are showing indifference in the house. Indifference is shown to the unwanted elements. देखो ऊपर उल्टा पट्टी सीख लिया हमने. When the barrier of a third party is removed, you will come to me and become one with me. When the barrier of third party, what is the third party? The sense of otherness and the sense of difference. You are other than me. I am speaking to you. What is the plural of I? What is the dual of I? We two. What is the plural of I? We all. Understand? And we all includes you, you two, you all, they two, they all. All is included in we all. Isn't it? Vayam. In Sanskrit, the word is Vayam. So all differences will cease. And that is the time, that is when, where differences cease, there's no need of any thoughts. Automatically the mind becomes calm, mind becomes settled. The mind is not agitated, mind is not distracted, mind is not lazy. All these things happen when there is something else and it's too much. And here Bhagavan is saying that then, where are we? And then there being, where are we? Then we shall be able to, we, Vayam, or we all, which is all inclusive, we shall be able to enjoy each other's company, which will enhance our happiness. When the barrier of a third party is removed, you will come to me and become one with me. Right now, I am thinking of God through the thoughts. Right? So I have taken the crutch of the thoughts to think of God. I was serving the people who are coming in my contact, that they were expressions of God. I have not experienced God yet, but I am having faith, I am having belief, I am having conviction that they are expressions of God. Why? Scripture is saying so. Gyaneshwari Maharaj is saying so. I don't doubt it. And as this attitude and approach is taken, slowly, the mind becomes quiet. And as mind becomes quiet, and the unifying principle, as the mind becomes quiet, the unifying principle starts coming to the fore. And that unifying principle is what Bhagavan is talking about as that one comes to me and becomes one with me. When the water dries up, is there any obstacle in the way of the reflection of the what is this? When the water dries up, is there any obstacle in the way of the reflection of the sun emerging with its original? When the mirror is removed, is there any difficulty in the reflection going back to the original? See? Instantaneous, without any journey, instantaneous. But if we try to remove the reflection because we want to be the original, you can try all your life, you can never remove the reflection. So what are we trying to do? We are trying to remove the ego. We are trying to remove the individuality. We can never remove it. We have to dissolve it. We have to allow it to recognize that it is the original. And where is the individuality expressing? Where is the reflection expressing? On the mind, on the mirror. Then what do? Quieten the mind. Clean the mirror. Orient. The mind is nothing but thoughts. Now that example of mirror is enough. There they have said, then the water dries up. What happens to the reflection of the sun? It goes back to the sun. If you remove the mirror, where has the reflection gone? Gone back to the original. If the mind has become quiet, we know mind only has flow of thoughts. When there is no thought, mind has become quiet. Where are you? You are with yourself. You don't have to imagine, oh my God, what is happening to me? I have vanished. You are back with yourself. You are one with yourself. In fact, you are always one with yourself. It's the most effortless, direct way without any journey. Without any journey. But we work on everything else other than quietening the mind. And here Bhagavan is saying quietening the mind is by considering the first way, sadhana. Yama niyam is told in yoga. Here he is saying serve, accept the world, serve the world as expression of the divine. Then the consequent stages will automatically come about without your willing or not willing. Purification will come about. As a result of purification, the differences and otherness will go away. Purification will come about. When the otherness goes about, then the sense of I becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. Ego thrives on differences. Mind thrives on differences. And differences are becoming less and less and less, till there is no difference left. And in this manner, in the 65th verse, he says, 1365. 1366. 1366. He says, Pai pavanu ambara ka kallaadu sagara मिळता आडवारा कोणाचा गा म्हणवनी तू आणि आम्ही हे दिसता हे देहधर्मी मग ययाच्या विरामी मीची होसी यया बोला माझारी हाय नव्हे झणे करी येथ आन आथी तरी तुझीची आण ऐ तुझी आण वाहणे हे आत्मलिंगाते शिवणे प्रीतीची जाती लाजणे आठवोने दी येरवी वेद्यू प्रपंचू जेणे विश्वाभासू हा साचू आगेचा नटनाचू काळात जिणे. He says that where are we? Who is going to prevent the wind from merging with the sky, or the wave from getting dissolved into the sea? Whatever distinction is seen between you and me, Bhagavan is saying, whatever distinction, difference, this otherness is being perceived between you and me is due to the properties of our bodies. Now when we say due to the properties of the bodies, which body you are? Don't say male and female. That is wrong conclusion. Bodies are gross Annamaya Kosh, Pranmaya Kosh, Manomaya Kosh, Vijnanmaya Kosh, Anandmaya Kosh. Bodies are waking body, dream body, no body. Bodies are gross body, subtle body, causal body. Whichever way you put it. These are the body. So, where is the shortcoming? In the body. So, whatever distinction is seen between you and me is due to the properties of the body. So, just like a dog can hear frequency of sound which is beyond human capacity. A chameleon can see with its octagonal eye that a human being can never see. So we have eyes, they have eyes, but our capacity, our vision is limited in a certain spectrum. That chameleon spectrum is much wider. The spectrum of hearing of a dog is much higher. The bandwidth is much higher. So you increase your bandwidth. So where is the problem? The bandwidth is Our bandwidth has got crystallized. It's become tinier and tinier and thinner and thinner and thinner. What is that? What is that thinner and thinner? It has become crystallized. Me, my body, my breath, my mind, my eyesight, my pains, my issues. And what is it? Expansion of bandwidth? Love all, serve all, as Baba says. What will happen? The bandwidth is increasing. First you are only loving yourself, now you are loving the whole creation. Bandwidth is increasing. And life is pushing you in that direction. Single man gets married, bandwidth increased. Then has one child, bandwidth increased. Then has 2 children, bandwidth increased. Then in-laws, outlaws, everyone is there, friends, bandwidth keeps increasing. But then he stops. Then his attention goes, how I have called my friends for 10 times and they have not called me once also. Bandwidth decreased. I did so much for my family, but my family never even asks, how are you? Bandwidth decreased. See, we can be our best friend or we can be our best enemy. Surrender to God and be your best friend. You will discover that you were never not divine, you are always divine. And that's what Bhagavan is telling us here. That the difference between me and you, O Arjuna, is on account of the properties of the body. Due to the shortcoming of the body, the senses, the mind, the intellect. Shortcoming is not between you and me. The shortcoming is in the body. And you are seeing me through the body. So you see through the eyes and say God is in the temple. I am one with you. You are not seeing that. But you want to see me through in the temple. See? When the body consciousness disappears, you will become one with me. And many people are afraid of this. When the body consciousness disappears. Today only we were discussing, someone was going through something. Not going through, had gone through something. Every day you lose body consciousness when you go to sleep. Do you become afraid? Do you get scared? I'm going into sleep. I'll forget my body. I'll forget I'm a wife or a husband. I'll forget that I'm a man or a woman. I'll forget I have a disease or I'm healthy. No issue. Bindas jaake so jate ho. But suddenly when we become come to satsang and we become spiritual, what is this happening? This is something untoward. I'm not feeling my body. I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling that. I think something is possessing me. Oh my God, am I going in the right direction? Blah, 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 blah. When we pursue the divine through the instruments, then some unwanted experiences will come about. But when we are totally in tune with the divine, as the divine, we only work on our purification. Then, like fish to water, we will not even know, and we are that. Know means instantaneously we are that. We will know because consciousness is of the nature of knowledge. But it is not through thoughts. It is not through experience. It is not through experience. So when the body consciousness disappears, you will become one with me, Bhagavan is saying to Arjuna. Do not entertain any doubt about what I say. I swear by you that I am not saying anything which is untrue, but to swear by you amounts to swearing by my own self. But real love makes one forget shyness. देखो भगवान कितना कितना how much he must be loving Arjuna. हम भी ये कहते हैं ना, I swear by God that I am not telling lies. Bhagwan is swearing by Arjuna that I swear by you that I am not telling lies. I am telling the truth. Actually, he is swearing by himself because in his eyes, Arjuna is none other than himself, isn't it? Real love makes one forget shyness. In real love, there is no hiccups, there is no shyness, there is no holding back. You cross all barriers to pour, to nourish. And that's what Krishna Bhagavan is doing here to Arjuna, for Arjuna. He's broken all his barriers. Why? He knows who he is, he knows who Arjuna is. Otherwise, why should I stoop down to swearing when I am the knowable indifferent to the world because of whom this world appearance seems to be? See how Bhagavan is saying here. He says, otherwise, why should I stoop down to swearing? Am I trying to prove here something? Am I trying to convince you? But because I love you, I am using this language. And who I am? The all-pervading principle. Who I am? The Ek Meva Dvitiya. Who I am? The creator and the maintainer and destroyer of this world. Who I am? The efficient and the material cause of the world. He is all that there is. And that Bhagavan is saying, why am I stooping down to this ridiculous level to swear by you? I know everything. I don't have to convince you. Who cares whether you are convinced or you are not convinced? But because I love you, because I feel affinity towards you, because I see you as my own self, therefore I want to pour everything into you. See? Otherwise, what is the need for having satsang here from Bangalore? It's only because of love. It's only because of that commitment. It's only because of the feeling of greatness towards this knowledge, this reverence to this knowledge. It's only because you have all committed for so long that a sense of responsibility with love that I must also reciprocate accordingly. Otherwise, there's no need for me to, who cares यार, 2 महीने अपना मस्ती में रहेंगे. See? Let me take out another page. This is 696. I am knowable, indifferent to the world, because of whom this world appearance seems real, and whose command conquers even the destroyer, whose will comes to pass, and who takes care of the welfare of the world like a father. See? This world appearance seems real. It is because of the Lord. and whose command conquers even the destroyer. Lord Bhagwan is suddenly taking the position of the absolute, the immaculate love, the indestructible principle, in whose presence the creation, maintenance and destruction is going on. He is master of all three. He is transcendental to all three. That position Bhagwan is taking here. Does something resonate within you? Every thought is created, every thought is maintained, and every thought is destroyed. Are you not aware of it? Every waking begins, every waking is maintained, and every waking dissolves. Are you not aware of it? Every dream begins, every dream is maintained, every dream dissolves. Are you not aware of it? Nothing in the scriptures is given out of your experience. Everything that is told, all the angles of approach that are given are already taking place in your life. All we need is a reorientation. That's all. So here he says in the 71 हो गया. तो देवो मी सत्य संकल्पू आणि जगाच्या हिती वापू मा आणेचा आक्षेपू का करावा. He says, which is this 1371. One moment. I took all these copies and I have to take out the English one. English and Sanskrit. परी अर्जुना तुझे निवेधे मिया देवपणाची विरुद्धे सांडिली गामी हे आधे सगळनी तुवा पैकाजा आपुलिया रावो आपुली आपणया आणवा हे धनंजया तैसे हे की तेथ अर्जुनु म्हणे देवे अचाट हे न बोलावे जे आमचे काज नावे तुझे नि एके यावरी सांगो वैससी का सांगता भाषही देसी या तुझी या विनोदासी पारू आहे जी. He says that, and whose command conquers even the destroyer, the destructive principle, even whose will comes to pass, and who takes care of the welfare of the world like a father. He is the Purushottama, he is the Virat, he is the father of all fathers. He is the true father. Whoever wants to see us nourished and taken care of. As I have become crazy out of fondness for you, Bhagwan is saying, as I have become crazy out of fondness for you, I have given up the insignia of my Godhead and become imperfect, while you who have become one with me have become perfect. This is, O Dhananjaya, like a king who swears by himself to achieve his own ends. This is what we see in Rasa Leela, where when the Radha and Gopis and Krishna are dancing, what was the first stage? That Krishna and Radha are dancing in the middle and all the Gopis are dancing around the Krishna Radha. Then next stage, every gopi has one Krishna for himself. This is the second stage. Third stage, tell someone, what is the third stage?
Only Krishna?
No. The third stage is sometimes Krishna forgets he is Krishna, he becomes Radha, and Radha forgets she is Radha, she becomes Krishna. This is what Krishna Bhagavan is telling here to Arjuna. That I forget that I am perfect and I become imperfect only to pour everything into you. And you, Arjuna, who is imperfect, you have become perfect. And therefore I am swearing by myself. Because there is no difference between you and me. This is what the love between mother and daughter is there, one mother and child is there. She feels at one ment with the child. If the child is full, the mother feels full. If the child is sleepy, she feels. If the child does poo-poo, the mother feels relieved. So, O Dhananjaya, like a king who swears by himself to achieve his own ends. And is this not what we are doing to ourselves? By continuous contemplation, by chanting the name, by studying the Upanishads, are we not? Who are we? Considering ourselves to be undivine. We are considering ourselves to be individual, who was born, who is going to die. And through this process of transformation, through studies, through the various sadhanas, in the place of an ignorant, the wise one expresses. In the place of individuality, the absolute expresses, or the total expresses. Same place. A wave is an individual, an ocean is the total, and the water is the absolute. When you are touching a wave, question is, where is your attention? Is your attention on the wave, name and form? Is your attention on the total name and form called the ocean while touching the wave? Or is your attention on the absolute when you are touching the wave? That will be your experience. So if you are an individual, a wave, when you are interacting with yourself through thoughts, where is your attention? What is your attitude towards yourself and everything and everyone? Is it of that one totality? Is it of that one absolute? Or is it of differences? This shift in this attitude is required. And therefore he said, serve the whole world as my expression. Madhyaji mam namaskuru. Then Arjuna said, please do not indulge in such unseemly talk. Bhagavan is coming down to such a that I am coming from the high point to low point to pour the knowledge to you, O Arjuna, because I love you, because you are not separate to me. And Arjuna is feeling, no, don't say such things. You are the infinite, you are the most revered one. I am the Buddhu, I am the... please do not indulge in such unseemly talk. All our objects are achieved by the remembrance of your name alone. Even so, you give advice to me, and while doing this, you resort to swearing. Is there any limit to your grace? Here it says jesting. Jesting means, jesting को क्या बोलेंगे? Is it joking? Is it? 1376. कमळवना विकाशू करी रवीचा एक अंशू तेथ आघवाची प्रकाशू नित्य देतो पृथ्वी निवऊनी सागर भरीजती येडवे थोर वर्षे तेथ मिशांतर चातकुकी म्हणवनी औदार्या तुझेया मज निमित्त ना म्हणावया प्राप्ती असे दानी राया कृपानिधी तव देवो म्हणती राहे या बोलाचा प्रस्तावो नोहे पै माते पावसी उपाये साचची येणे आय थिंक साचची येणे सैंधव सिंधू पडलिया जो क्षणू धनंजया तेणे विरेची की उरावया कारण काही. He says that the sun with his rays makes a garden of lotus flowers bloom, and under that pretext gives light to the whole world. The clouds send showers of rain sufficient to flood the sea in order to cool down the heated earth. But for that, the Chataka birds provide the pretext. So, O gracious donor, O gracious Lord, I have merely become the instrument for your generosity. You have made me the Nimitta Karana. Through me, you are serving the whole creation, and that whole creation is yourself. Arjuna has also transformed. He is not saying, you are, see, I made you come down to my level. No, Arjuna is raising his level. Our job is not to bring the infinite to the level of finite. Our job is, we are finite, we have to recognize we are the infinite. And therefore, here he says, with these examples, that I have merely become the instrument for your generosity. You are gracing everyone. You chose me. I feel blessed. And through me, you are spreading this knowledge to the whole universe, to all the beings. Then the Lord replied, Stop. You need not say all this. By adopting the means I have taught you, you will truly attain to me. When the salt becomes dissolved, the moment it is dropped into water, then is there any reason for it to remain separate? Suddenly, he stops the diatribe of Arjuna. No, it is your grace. He is still thinking for a moment that Lord is separate and he came and graced him. Immediately, Lord intervenes and stops him from that thought process. The moment the salt doll goes to seek the total ocean, it becomes one with the ocean. Similarly, तैसे सर्वत्र माते भजता सर्वमी होता अहंता निशेष जाऊनी तत्वता मीची होसी. 81. मीची होसी. एवं माझिये प्राप्तीवरी कर्मा लागोनी अवधारी दाविली तुझ उजरी उपायांची जे आधी तव पंडुसुता सर्व कर्मे मज अर्पिता सर्वत्र प्रसन्नता लाहिजे माझी पाठी माझ्या इये प्रसादी माझे ज्ञान जाय सिद्धी तेणे मिसळी जे त्रिशुद्धी स्वरूपी माझ्या मग पार्थात ये ठाई साध्य साधन होय नाही किंबहुना तुझ काही ओरेची ज्ञा. He says when a person worships me with devotion and realizes that I pervade where are we? All things, then he drops his egoistic feeling and becomes myself. See Bhagwan's what he's saying. Once you see the whole universe as the expression of the divine, you become one with the divine. Because all sense of otherness and all sense of differences cease to express. He said that before, he is saying it again. He says, when a person worships me with true devotion is not mechanical repetition. True devotion is with bhava and understanding. That bhava must lead to understanding, must lead to gyan. And realizes that I pervade all things, then he drops his egoistic feeling and becomes myself. Then that person does not feel the difference between the creator and the created. Then he doesn't feel the difference of infinite and finite. See? मजेदार बात है. This cannot be worked out by your mind because you have got no experience of that. But if everything that Bhagwan is telling you put into practice, transform your interaction with the world, it is bound to this transformation has to come about. There is no choice. Bhagwan is giving you the assurance. So I have explained to you the method by which one acquires knowledge through action and ultimately attains to me, O son of Pandu. And what was the path of action? By Manasa Vacha Kaya, you are serving everything, everyone as and taking it to be nothing but expression of the Lord Himself. That is our attitude. And therefore, O son of Pandu, first, he should propitiate me by dedicating all actions to me. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Surrender all actions at my feet. Do all actions for my sake. Have the attitude that all the actions, He is the prompter, He is the maintainer, He is the concluder, He is the prasad giver. First, he should propitiate me by dedicating all actions to me. Then he will attain, where are we? Then we'll attain to my knowledge through my grace and become merged in my divine form. And what is his divine form? The formless form, the infinite form. See? What I am saying is thrice true. Just like we say Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We chant 3 ohms. Om, Om, Om. Similarly, he is saying, what I chant here, what I am saying is thrice true. Not once, not second, not 3. 3 times. Why? At Adi Bhautik level it is true, Adi Daivik level it is true, and Adhyatmic level also it is true. See? Then that person, that in that person, the end to be achieved, one moment, I have to get the next page. The end to be achieved. One moment. The end to be achieved, and the means to achieve it gets realized, and nothing remains for him to do. See how beautiful. When I am saying this thrice is true, then in that person, in such a person who follows these instructions, in that person the end to be achieved, the goal to be achieved. Our problem is, we all know goal is self-realization. We all know the means also, but we don't implement the means. Or we are confused about the means. Should I follow the Aghori path? Should I follow the meditation path? Should I follow the Kriya Yoga path? Should I follow the Shiva path? Or should I follow the Vaishnava path? Continuously we allow options to be presented to us, and we get thoroughly confused. You take one and hold on to him, story over. And he says, the end to be achieved. The end is what? Atma Sakshatkar is the end. Bhagavad Sakshatkar is the end. Atma Sakshatkar is equal to Bhagavad Sakshatkar. This is not separate. The end to be achieved and the means to achieve it get dissolved. What were the means? As long as there is a mind, there is a goal to achieve. And what is the means to reach that goal? The mind alone. So, in your mind, you have an idea, I have to reach a goal, I have to reach a destination. My purpose is self-realization, God-realization. And what is the means? Where this goal also presented itself, the mind only. And what Bhagavan is saying, that in the end, the end to be achieved and the means to achieve it get dissolved, and nothing remains for him to do. You don't sleep, sleep happens. You don't meditate, meditation happens. You don't become hungry, hunger happens. You don't see, seeing happens. You don't hear, hearing happens. You don't think, thinking is happening. Everything is happening. This ego is saying, I am doing it. What can Bhagavan do? Other than give you a dose, give you a medicine of how you have taken all that is naturally happening as I am seeing, I am hearing, I am talking, I am understanding. How do I dissolve? This is the way. Then the destination also dissolves, and the means, which is the mind, that also dissolves away. And for such a devotee, such a seeker, this is again Vaikhari, Madhyama, Pashyanti, Para. At Para, nothing remains to be done. In Vaikhari, chanting was done. In Madhyama, subtle chanting was done. In Pashyanti, nothing was done because you are asleep. But if you are awake, you go to para. Then is the mantra going on? No. Nothing remains to be done at para. By dedicating, I will just take that. अरे यार, संस्कृत कहाँ गया? हाँ, where are we? Sorry, 85, 86. तरी सर्व कर्मे आपली तुवा सर्वधा मज अर्पिली तेणे प्रसन्नता लाधली आजी हे माझी म्हणून येणे प्रसाद बळे नवे झुंजाचे आडळे न ठाकेची एक वेळे भाळलो तुझ जेणे सप्रपंच अज्ञान जाये एकू मी गोचरू होय ते उत्पत्तीचे उपाये गीता रूप हे मी अज्ञान तुझ आपुले नाना परी उपदेशिले येणे अज्ञान जात साडी वियाले धर्माधर्म जे. Towards the conclusion of this verse, Bhagavan is saying, by dedicating always your actions to me, you have won my grace. So what is the basic? Dedicating your actions. Where does the action take place? Manasa, Vacha, Kaya. At the physical level, at the body level, dedicate every action, see every action being inspired by the divine. At the Vacha level, see, perceive every thought that is coming, every word that is coming, not thought, every word that is being uttered is coming by His grace, by His inspiration. Go further back, every thought that is appearing in the mind, which is appearing as the word, that thought also is not your thought, it is the divine inspiration itself. And in this manner, Bhagavan is saying, by dedicating always your actions to me, you have won my grace. When a person comes to this disposition where he is able to see that it's the divine alone is expressing through the mind as thoughts, through the speech from mouth, and through the body as actions, to such a person the grace of the Lord comes about. On the strength of this grace, you will overcome all the obstacles in this war. I have become fond of you. So what is this war? This war is the war of the good forces and the bad forces in the mind, which appears on the ground as the Pandavas and the Kauravas armies. This continuous dvandva that is going on in the mind. Should I not? Should I eat or should I eat not? Should I sleep or should I sleep not? Should I chant this mantra or should I chant that mantra? When we give ourselves options, we are doing disservice to ourselves. So here Bhagavan is saying, on the strength of this grace, when we become conscious of the grace, when we become our vision perceives the oneness, that's when the grace is flowing. And with that as the strength within you, Bhagavan says you will overcome all the obstacles in this war. Life is a war. When you are driving is a war. You have to continuously negotiate through traffic. Thinking is when you are focused on something, continuously good thoughts, bad thoughts, distracting thoughts, obsessive thoughts, crazy thoughts, imaginative thoughts, memory thoughts, addictive thoughts, they all come and try to hijack. And this is our experience also. So, when we have complete faith in the grace of the divine, by following the method, by Manasa Vacha Kaya, we dedicate everything to the Lord. He says, you will overcome all the obstacles in this way. I have become so fond of you, Arjuna. I have explained to you with reasoning as well as illustrations in the form of the Gita that knowledge dispels ignorance along with worldly existence and sees me alone present everywhere. This is the Sarvavyapi Vyapakatva. Bhagwan is all pervasive. This all pervasive vision is presented to such a devotee, such a student, on the strength of this knowledge disclosed to you in various ways. Get rid of your ignorance, which gives rise to righteous and unrighteous actions. So, we have to rise above good and bad actions. We do good actions because we don't want to be bad. But what is our goal? It's not only to be good. Good is sattva. One misstep and you are back into tamas. So what is our goal? Our goal is not to be sattva. Yes, we migrated from tamas to rajas, rajas to sattva, but now we want to transcend sattva. We want to transcend sattva. So we go beyond dharma and adharma. Dharma, adharma is this language of dharma, adharma is only at the worldly level. From sun's point of view, there is nothing called day and night. So from absolute point of view, Bhagwan's point of view, there is nothing called dharma, dharma. And in this manner, in our next class, we'll look at this verse. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shucha. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami mam shuchaha. Together, sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma shuchaha. Mokshayishyami mam shuchaha. We look at this. What is it? What does it mean to go beyond dharma, adharma? What does it mean? We are told, live righteous, be righteous, give up unrighteousness. Here Bhagavan is saying, sarva dharman parityajya. Go beyond righteousness and unrighteousness. What does it signify? That we will address in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om. Hari